What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. In this video, we are going back to Bubblegum Fellow because tomorrow night should be the CM. I was just recording global. Tomorrow should be the League of Heroes, and tomorrow night. So that gives today and tomorrow the last two training videos, and then Friday will be day one, where, like I said, I'll go into silver rank and then see how far we go into silver rank with the first 5 tickets. And I did say I really wanted to try and bring Bubblegum Fellow, and that's why we're training her today. And then tomorrow, I think we're gonna go back to Tsuyoshi, Tsuyoshi. So, because I did say I also wanted to bring her, and also because, you know, if you know, you know. Rest in peace. Basically. But yeah, here. Today's video, Bubblegum Fellow. Tomorrow, like I said, will be Tsuyoshi, and then Friday will be the first day of League of Heroes. So for the setup, we are just using the typical setup because we have been training leaders for the most part recently. For the most part, I might sneak in some extra trainings off camera just to see if I can possibly bring other Umas, such as maybe Duramente gets a run back. And if Bubblegum Fellow or Tsuyoshi doesn't get, I mean, I did get a UA9, right? Yeah, UA8. So we'll just see what happens. Maybe I'll try Agnes Tachyon also, but it is what it is. So for the card setup, we are gonna go with, like I said, the usual that I've been using for leaders. Almondai and Teo for the speed cards. Tamamo Power. Dodo Stamina. Forever Young Wise. And then Hazuna friend card. And that is pretty much it. So, that being said, let's get the run started. And let's see where we go. But before we go over the comments and go over with the training, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. So with that being said, guys, I guess, like per usual, I'm gonna talk about things I've done in the other games, any updates or whatever on my end that I've done between today, or right before recording this video, and the last time, or yesterday. So well, first things first, I do need to go back to NTE, obviously, for the Beyond the Rails. I didn't do it yesterday, so today's the last day. Well, not really. Yeah, today's the last day. In like a couple hours, it's gonna disappear. So I do have to do it, which most likely I might not record it, but I might just in case. So we'll see what happens there. And then you do need to go back to Enfield because I know there's that one event that's ending in, like, as of right now, like in less than 20 hours maybe. So tomorrow is tomorrow morning, essentially. And then there's another event I need to check on because I think it ends in 2 days, so I might as well get that over with. Zenless. By the way, about Zenless, I did start the summer event, and I do remember Nova telling me, because I was asking if I was asking if there was anything I needed to worry about for the event daily wise. Any of the events daily wise. I remember Nova telling me there was a fishing event. So my brain processed through, and I was like, oh, so is it like the daily fishing from last year's event? So yesterday I finally decided to go through it, and honestly the dialogue, I mean the cutscenes were pretty hilarious because well, one Lucy is, I know I know Lucy like talks a lot of smack or is a little harsh, but dang, she roasted the crap out of Sigrid and I felt bad. I legitimately felt bad for Sigrid. And then the back and forth with Remiel and Lucy was hilarious. The first time they saw each other again, it was hilarious. But no, I didn't see anything about the event that mentioned any fishing, Nova. And it doesn't seem like there was it didn't seem like there was anything daily. I'll probably have to recheck it when I go check it out. Oh, after I finish the stuff later today. Oh, and also, I guess before I talk about that, yeah, I didn't see anything. There was the beach combing, which was looking for seashells essentially. It didn't seem like that was like a daily requirement because it was an event in itself, like a little mini game, I guess. And then there was the selling part of the event, and then I checked the missions, and none of them mentioned anything about fishing. And I finished it up to just the first part, obviously. So I feel like I've gotten most of the tutorials out of the way if I finish the first mission or that story part. So I don't know where you got the fishing part, unless you're telling me I need to play a little bit more of it and then they'll eventually show me. Or did you confuse it with NTE? Because NTE does have the fishing event, and they were technically updating it every day to add more fishes into the quote-unquote pond. So I don't know, Nova, if there is actually a fishing event that I need to be worrying about in Zenless, or did you mix up the two? Because I swear there was no fishing event when I was going through Zenless. They did. I think there was a picture event now. So yeah, I don't know, Nova. Wua, there is that one event. I think it's like one of the web events where you like play like a mini game. So I know that ends later today, so I gotta do that. And then Genshin did just update to 7.0. Not my priority, to be honest. And then Star Rail's in 2 weeks. Frontline, I'm chilling. I have been trying to finish off building. I think I did. Did I? I don't think I did. Finishing building sections, even though I could have done it the first day. I literally could have done it the first day. I ain't gonna deny it. Yeah. I think that's it. I think. Unless I forgot to mention something. I just know next week is a combination of Wua 3.6. And Zenless Phase 2 for 3.1 with Sigrid. Enfield next banner, I believe, is Su? Our the Fairmont proxy. The little Soon proxy. I think that's the next banner. And yes, I'll most likely be pulling for her because I did like her. I did like her. Star Rail is Summer Robin, and I think after her it will be Summer Aventurine. Debatable on if I'm gonna pull or not. Very debatable, because I don't think I will, unfortunately. Then Genshin just happened yesterday, so like I've been saying for Genshin, I don't know why, but I just feel like nothing really happens around Genshin to where there's a lot to say. Like if you want to save in Genshin, you have to save for like months or years or even years, because I don't know. I've done the events. I've done the end game, and I feel like I still have way too little compared to Zenless, so to speak, or even Star Rail. Even though Star Rail does feel like it's kind of getting there for whatever reason. Maybe not. I think Genshin just out of all of them is just really, I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I still need to do Beyond the Rails. I believe the Tower of Adversity is ending soon in a couple days for Wuwa, so maybe I'll do that as well. Maybe. Zenless, I haven't tried the adversity or whatever hard whale difficulty for that new part of Deadly Assault. Yeah, I just called it whale difficulty. Because apparently free-to-play players could only possibly get 2 stars max. But I haven't touched it. Oh, speaking about Zenless, I did do the new, I guess, new weekly thing in the Hollow Zero. Where, well, at least right now, doing the missions for it. Basically, right now, I'm saving Eos from another kind of like ethereal, apparently like an ancient ethereal or whatever. And it kind of just has like it's leveling up and setting up different parts of this research station or whatever, and it's like an open world thing, which I do enjoy. If anything, it kind of gives me the same vibes of that one Bangbu event, where like you're timed, but you have to like explore like the, I guess, the Bangbu, and in that event, the Bangbu theme park, while collecting items and all that, and you can sell it. It pretty much feels like that, but just as using the agents, obviously, which was, I'm enjoying it so far. I did that to do my weeklies. Normally, I just do the typical, I guess, I forgot what to call it. Like the normal weekly. I forgot what it's called. It is what it is. But yeah, that was fun. Did that for a bit. And yeah, that would be pretty much it for the most part of what I did extra for the other games. So I guess with that being said, I can start going over the comments now. Starting off with, I think, let me see who the comments are from first. So obviously Nova, like that, Nova here, Nova and Kazuki, and then Tenoki did reply once to Kazuki's comment. So I guess we'll start off with Kazuki. Starting off with, yep, I've been planning to catch up since there's a lot of meta cards that I've been skipping due to being kind of careless. Well, I mean, you could have just gone for the meta cards if you didn't go for past meta cards in the scam banners, as you called. So, it's funny because you kept calling them these kind of banners as a scam, but you kept pulling for them. So, did they really scam you, or did you scam yourself because you basically fell for temptation? Nothing new here. A life of being a free-to-play, just trying to catch up to those already on the top and trying to snatch a win in PvP out of them. Also proving to myself that even being free-to-play, my Umas and I can still be competitive. I mean, most of us here, besides pretty much just Nova in this case, I guess, are free-to-play and have been competitive in the CM / League of Heroes for the most part. I mean, for the most part, we're all hitting platinum at the very least. And most of you guys are... Why did it feel like it got darker in my room? What the heck? Most of you guys, at least, aside from myself, because I don't, have been getting into Group A more consistently than I have. So, yeah, you guys are fine. you have nothing to prove to yourself if you guys are already being pretty competitive on as free to play players. The reason why also I would say for you, Kazuki, is because you did go for those banners so you can get support cards sooner rather than later. So you gotta put that into consideration for yourself. You kind of put yourself in the position to be competitive earlier when you first started. By the way, I just realized that across the half year of 2026, there will be no Sprint, CM, and League of Heroes. Instead, too much long distance, and it will take place when the scenario comes in and be thinking that it's going to focus on long distance again, ain't it? Tanoki's response is basically my response, but I'm also add to it. Tanoki says it's kind of normal to have 1 to 2 short a year. Not even sure they have enough real life Umas to release as bait to sustain more than that. Yeah, they don't really do short distance over the years. It's usually like Tanoki said 1 to 2 times, which I believe we already had the 1 time. So we might get another or never again for the rest of the year. The most popular ones are usually mile medium, and then you get long distance. You get long distance a few to a couple times because they'll get it out of the way. They'll most likely have 1 for the Arima CM. Then you have the Tenosho one. So that's 2. Then you have the long one, the 3600 one. Because I believe the Tenosho one is 32. And I think maybe 1 more for like the Kikasho. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe. But outside of that, it's pretty much just mild medium. Outside of that, it's pretty much mild medium. So yeah. It's cool that you just realize it now because you have been playing for pretty much a year at this point because you did start like right before the half annie, right? So yeah, it's understandable why you just realized it now, but for like the past, well, since Pretty Derby has started, since they started CMs and League of Heroes, it's been pretty much like that. So it's nothing new. It is nothing new. And then lastly from Kazuki, Shukishu, are you gonna pull for Daring Tack if she's the featured half Annie Uma, or skip and just go for the support card instead, or skip all? This is my dilemma right now, whether to skip the entirety of the half Annie and save for the next scenario on October, November, or pull for Daring Tack. If she's a featured half Annie Uma, or pull for the half Annie cards instead, if they're good or meta wise. Well, this is what to say. Normally during any big events, most of the time the cards will be relevant, as in good and or meta wise, meta relevant for the most part. If not, it's just always been like that. So that is already one thing to worry about. The second thing to worry about is what if it is Daring Tack, or if it's a new Uma that you just end up liking off the rip. That could be the case also. For me, I'm depending. I might still actually pull for Daring Tack, but the problem for me is to see what the support cards are first, who they support, and like which position, what distance, and all that. Because last year was what, between or medium. So it's funny because at that time it didn't really matter to me, but I think I didn't pull all the way actually, because wasn't it was between or medium. I forgot, was there another card with it? It kind of felt like it, I don't know, but I don't remember pulling all the way to 15, I mean all the way to pity for that one, because at the time I didn't really think about betweeners as much. until recently, or like this year, when I suddenly started getting more, realizing that I had more training more betweeners than I thought. So it is what it is. We'll just see what happens. It's literally gonna happen soon. Soon. Huh. But other than that, thank you Kazuki for the comments and Tanoki for replying, and that leaves us off with Nova's comments. But the first one saying auto the event, it's time to go ham on autoing for League of Heroes. I'm assuming this is all just Pretty Derby related. Anime that I'm following right now, 100 Girlfriends Season 3. I'm not surprised. It just ReZero Season 4, Slime Season 4, Isekai Mob Season 2, and Tanya the Devil Season 2. I haven't watched an anime yet since well, I guess if it's the most recent new thing I watch, it would just be the Part 1 Infinity Castle for Demon Slayer. Series wise with seasons, haven't. I haven't. Maybe soon, but I haven't. Global is dead to me, Shushu. I know it is. I know it is, which is why it doesn't count when you just say you just log in if you still log into it. Shushu the sneaky disliker, I see. That was the first time I done it. That was the first time I done it because it just so happened to be related to something I was basically ranting about. Let alone a lot of the people in the comment section said it was clickbait. So I guess it did deserve. I guess it deserved that thumbs down, regardless in my eyes at least. So it is what it is. I like Lahai Roy for the Grand Architect review. I wouldn't say that's the actual form of the Grand Architect because the Grand Architect is known as the 1,000 Face Survivor or something like that. So you can say you like the Grand Architect now, but what if it ends up to be a man? Nova? Or what if we never just get to know who the Grand Architect is? Or like normally, I'm pretty sure that might be impossible because I feel like eventually we will know who the Grand Architect is. Well, yeah, what if he's a man? What if literally right now is just one of the forms and faces, which most likely is because went undercover in Star Torch Academy. So what you gonna do now, Nova? What you gonna do now? We were the bus and Chisa was our passenger. Once she hops off in Lahairo, she gone, chat. Also, her relevance is okay now. Sweet Sweet just got into my Hiyuki and Yang Yang team. Well, wait. Hiyuki and Yang Yang? I'm assuming Sweet Sweet's in both those teams is what you meant to say. Well, for me, Chisa's never going to end up with Imeth because I built Imeth's team strictly to not have Chisa in it. Because I left Chisa with Hiyuki's team. So I think those two teams are set unless I want to use Chisa for Cardathea, pretty much. I don't think I have another team for that besides Yang Yang. As of not as of right now, because I do have Sui Sui. So yeah, I think we're good there. I just need to what do I need to do? I don't know what I was trying to get it out there. But wouldn't technically Yeah, because Yang Yang's best team is to have Chisa and Suisui, no? No? Or is that Suisui's best team? I could add her in Hiyuki's team, obviously replacing Chisa. And the same thing with Aima's team. Whatever, you could replace Chisa with Suisui. So, I don't know. Do we have... Okay, so I can rest the next one. I will do that. Yeah, because Yang Yang's best team should be Chisa and Suisui. Like, both of them. I guess if you don't want to add Chisa, you can add Lene, which I don't mind. And then I don't know what they also say you can do, but I'm pretty sure Lene was an option. Because that is who I'm using right now, along with Chisa. Well, that's what I used at first. So, I think Lene and Mornier is like the backup options to eat. Well, Mornier to Suisui, and then yeah. So we'll see. I still feel like Chisa's everywhere. If you want her or not. Because it's the same thing with Suisui. You can put her with Hiyuki, you can put her with Aimeth. And then obviously she'd be good with Yang Yang with Havoc's Bane, and then Cardathea with Arrow Corrosion. And then if you still use Zani with Spectral Frazzle, then there you go. So I think she's still pretty relevant regardless. I wouldn't just say okay, she's still pretty relevant. So yeah. What I like about Dragon Spine, you know, we're cool with that. This one and this one. What I like about Dragon Spine is how erratic and borderline crazy Albedo was. I didn't expect Hoyo to write a character like that in Genshin. I heard that he was on trial in later versions, but didn't read too much into his background. Also, we have to give Genshin praises when needed. That free purple sword for Dragon Spine was too free to play friendly in my opinion. Or LMAO. Well, this is, I'm gonna, like you said, if we're gonna give Genshin its praises, Genshin is actually fairly free to play friendly for if you don't want to go for weapons, because a lot of their event weapons or purple weapons are usable. So yeah, I will give Genshin that. I will give Genshin that. I mean, Thariel, you could kind of do the same thing with purples or 4 stars. Kinda. Zenless? Zenless, it depends. Because you could kind of get away with it, depending. For me, I've seen it with the support cards. You could kind of get away with it. Because Yuza has been perfectly fine. But Suna has been... not having hers kind of... I couldn't activate... Like I've been saying, I couldn't activate the... I keep forgetting what it's called. I don't think I've actually named it correctly. Or named it at all this whole time. But yeah, I've what was I saying again? No, really, what was I talking about? Holy crap. I instantly forgot. Oh, and Zenless. Yeah, Suna was not really, it's alright, but I feel like that's the reason why I don't use her with Xiaoguang. Right, Xiaoguang? Yeah, Xiaoguang. And that's why I still stick to Dialin instead of Suna for Xiaoguang. And why I feel like my Angels of Delusion team sucks than it should be. Mount Firmament got solid story, but how could anyone have the audacity to not goon to Chun-Li? That's just impossible. Honestly, I agree. Honestly, I agree. The story was good. Was good, like pretty good, better than the actual story before that. With the Thenodian and all that. Oh Shushu, I have seen some leaks for the future of NT and rejoice, the Scarlet Letter boss lady is coming soon. So she's getting released. So NTE is stepping out of the norm and actually releasing the villain characters, I assume. Interesting. Good for them. Good for them. Yang Yang's story is not a common trope per se, but she has been given a chance to shine with Mengzhou, and we did see the side of her that makes her worthy to stand next to Rover. I was mainly talking about Renacita, because that's where we both agreed that it was very common across different gachas or even animes. Although there's probably like similar traits and aspects to it. I mean, most gacha stories have similar traits and aspects to it. So it's not really completely off the mark. But no, it still kind of does stand out regardless. I mean, we're kind of just going through the process of Wuwa, where new area, or I guess I would say new region, but or country, but that's we're in Huanglong, but just in Mengzhou, right? So yeah. But we did see the side of her that makes her worthy to stand next to Rover. That was what she wanted to do. She did say she didn't want to, right? She didn't want to keep, in a sense, basically burdening Rover. She wanted to be strong enough so she can fight right beside her and help Rover when she needs help. Some people said she's too boring as a character, but she's not. I would say her original impressions, yes. Original impressions, I could see why people would think she's boring, but after... The frick? Huh? Sorry, I got distracted by something else. I'm sorry, I just got really thrown off by a news in the sports world, NBA. Well, yeah, the beginning I would say where Yang Yang, I wasn't too impressed also with Yang Yang in the beginning of the story, like probably most of us, but I still feel like people did like her a lot in the beginning. But she has her struggles and she follows her heart. True, she's a straight person, but that's what we need around Rover. Too many betrayals on the high road from what I've seen. Well, huh? I guess. But yeah, Yang Yang definitely big boost, big glow up from her originally from the 1.x patches. Fun fact about GFL2 lore is that they went to the red zone, which is very inhospitable for people. I don't know why I felt like there was another word I was supposed to say. This is the second time the story went into the red zone. Well, the last time it was in GFL 1 when the dolls tried to capture William. The commander was in a safe room, but this time around, I'm glad they actually went. Saving all 3rd gen dolls is going to be hype. I'll get my Cocoon soon. In Helen's event, she did mention that Cocoon's base code does have the same base layer as Helen's. We'll just have to wait. I see. I see then. Wait, we shall. My favorite Soul Calibur character to use was the princess. She has a lot of small technical moves that made her more fun. For me, it was... Am I meant to lose this? For me, it was Talum, the Tonfa user. That was probably my best character, and yeah, my best character, most likely. I didn't like using other characters, but she was my best character, and yeah, my best character. And then lastly from Nova, am I the only one who finds Sai, Makoto's sister, hot? She deserves her own social link, I'd say. There are some other side characters in Persona 5 who I generally don't care about. I'm pretty sure you're not the only one. It's just... She just, you know... I'm pretty sure you're not the only one. It's just Makoto's Makoto. Makoto's Makoto. But come on, Nova. We all know, besides, I guess, Pretty Derby. I don't really want to count Pretty Derby. I guess outside of Pretty Derby, I should say, you've made it loud and clear on the type of characters you prefer. They either got to be a villain baddie, or they just, you know, got big assets. Emphasis on the big. Not that I have anything against it. Like I've been saying this whole time, I'm in the middle between you and Eugen, because I go both ways. I don't really have essentially a preference for what it seems like. Unless you want me to go like get all nitpicky and start naming out like the 2 elements or, you know, that and whatsoever. But yeah, I just happen to be in between what you and Eugen prefers. And speaking about Eugen, seems like he's probably really stuck into that Ragnarok game. Good for him. I guess, good for him. Sometimes you just need to enjoy a different game. But I'm pretty sure he's probably still most likely doing autos and all that. But let me refresh. And that is pretty much it for all the comments. So let me just make sure. Thank you, Kazuki Nova, for the comments, and Tanoki for replying to one of them, or to one of Kazuki's comments. And that is pretty much it for all the comments. So with that being said, we can focus on the rest of the training. And if you guys were wondering what the heck, I was confused if you care so much, because I swear... Okay, mainly the Lakers, the Lakers got sold, and I want to say again because yes, recently, I think last year or 2 years ago, if you guys care, the Lakers were sold for 10 billion, right? I think it was 10 billion, I'm not sure. Last year, yes. And then now it got sold again for 12 billion. I'm just like, I guess you can't really say no if you're already making a profit out of it, right? And I guess the previous owner now is the same person who owns the Dodgers. So yeah, if you can see my surprise is just like, dang, it got sold again already within the next year. That's crazy. It caught me off guard pretty bad. As you saw from my reaction, it literally stopped me from from continue on to what, or I did continue, but from, you know, talking about what I was talking about in dauntless. I think it was about the W engine, but yeah. But here we are now. The final year of the training. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, like I said, gotta go back to NTE, Enfield, and is there another one? I don't know if there's another one. But yeah, I'll probably be most likely, after those two, I'll most likely check in on the other games and all that. See if there's anything that I need to do. But other than that, should be good. Should be good. Oh, that's bright. I know in Wua, then in 3 points, and phase 1 is gonna be Qingxiao. I believe that's her name. And I do want to pull for her. And then I think the Nia's remake, rerun, I meant to say, not remake. Like I said, Enfield should be lady, the proxy, Fairmont proxy, obviously Zonko for NTE. I think that's out next week. Sigrid for Zenless. Oh, I guess speaking about Zenless, I did almost fully built my trigger already. And then I think I could almost build Jane, but this is where I messed up in doing all this already. Is I'm pretty low on resources when it comes to Denny's. I'm like below the mill. Below 1 million Denny's. I'm below. I need XP materials again. Yeah, XP materials mainly for characters, and what else? I guess those two are the main things I need to farm. And it doesn't help that Sigrid's getting released next week, so there's that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Zenless for an update on that. Well, I probably could have said that earlier, but I didn't. Oh yeah, but yeah, Nova. I guess it's Rick just comments in the global side, because I don't think I've seen him in the JP side for a while. That's what it feels like. So that's most likely why you haven't been hearing my responses to Rick. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm just saying it again today, I guess, so to speak. Oh, and did I mention I got Fadia in my pulls, in my standard banner pull, and that led me to getting Daffodil with that free ticket? That's what I did with it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Excuse me. Sorry about the yawn. Also, I did trim my mustache because it was bothering me yesterday. Well, but not as bad today. Not as bad as it was today at all. Do that. Yeah. That's the next 6. Are we in June now? Okay, so that means we do the Takarazuka Kinen? Yeah, okay. And then we do the race. Why is this pretty low? I'm not gonna lie. But it has been fairly low for whatever reason. But now we should be into the final summer training, and then we'll get into the final parts of the senior. Then we get into the Ura finals. Don't know why I nearly blanked out on that. Do 2. We could save 1 noodle and 1 extra stuff. All right, that should get me closer to where I need to be. I wouldn't mind doing 1 more training on speed. That way it'll get me to the 2000s and then get the rest through let's see if I can get this. Through I lost my train of thought. Wise. We'll get it through wise. Yeah, I think we should be fine as long as we keep doing wise training. But there's still a good amount of time. So let's focus now on like power, stamina, and wise to get us through. I think I shouldn't have done it both on there. Oh well. Power? Yeah, power. Might as well. Maybe? Sure. So I want to try and push guts to 1200 at the very least, so that would probably be the best thing to do if I wanted to do that. But I still gotta worry about wise because it's not even in 1200s yet. Hmm. All right, getting closer to the end. Got Wise at 1200 at the very least right now. Let's see how this goes. Oof. No, I don't want to do that. Because actually what we can do is rest. Use a date if I don't want to do that. Then we can get 2 of the items. I've been yawning a lot, guys. I wouldn't say I've been getting no sleep, but I've been getting some sleep. Not like good sleep, but enough sleep. But it is what it is. Do we have one more race? Yes, we do. Hmm. I don't know why I like blanked out for like 2 seconds, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Now in the 2100s, it should be good. Oops, not that one. We'll do the Derby, not Derby. The Japan Cup. And then, I think that's it. We don't do the Arima, right? Or do we? No, we're good now. Okay. So now we just train for the most part. So just this one. Fine. Fine. I wanted to get power involved, but obviously can't. Sure. Huh. What if I just do a gut training? Sure, why not? We'll see how that works out. All right, Ura finals. Let's see how we train here. Hopefully it goes a little bit well. That way we can possibly bring her to these League of Heroes. We'll see what happens. All right, let's see what we got here. Hmm. Hmm. I haven't thought about it. But this should max out speed. Sure. I thought I pressed it. My bad. Next, training. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Can't say no to the power training. Ooh. All right, let's see how this goes. One more race, and then we can just finish off the training by picking out the skills, and we'll see how this goes. And then here we go. Let's see how this goes. I gotta go pick out the skills, and then we'll be able to see how this training ended. Still iffy about the whole guts being under 1200, but we'll see what happens. I wonder if I have enough to get all what I want. Before, you know. All right, almost done, right? I'm curious. Is that Nakayama? No, it's not. I was gonna grab it if it was Nakayama racetrack, but it isn't. So, guess I'm not. Guess I'm not. All right, just grab the rest of these skills, and we should be good. Okay, I was gonna say, am I missing anything else in the bottom? 91. Okay, let's just go to the top and Which one's this one, actually? I should probably check. Sunny day? Sure. Wait, what's this one, though? What is this one? I don't know what this one is. Is that one? Sure. Oh, yeah, it's that one. I'll just grab it. Sure, why not? I was blind. All right, we did get an S aptitudes on medium distance and turf, so. Nope, go back. All right, what did we end off with? What did we end off with? Is it going to be what I want it to be, or will it be short like last time? We got a US 2. We got a US 2 for Bubblegum Fellow. Let's go. All right, so we got Bubblegum Fellow ready for the League of Heroes, I guess. And it off with 2181 speed, 1768 stamina, 1684 power, 1045 guts, and 1469 on wise with, like I said, as aptitudes on turf and medium distance. With that being a 4-rank buff, 4-rank buff, I guess. Yeah, 4-rank buff. No, 1, 2, because there's just the normal US without the 1, right? So would that be technically a 5-rank bump? Technically. From UA 8. And yeah, with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you guys are doing towards the last few days of prep for the League of Heroes, who you guys are bringing, and if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.